not certain karmas which are very, very heavy. And that karma can topple all the other existing karmas and can create the result or the effect immediately. I can give an example. In Sri Lanka, a lady was observing a precept on full moon day. Her son was a very wicked man. He bought one live chicken and asked mother to slaughter the chicken. Mother said, I cannot do that because I am observing a precept. It is a full moon day. And this young boy was so angry, he kicked the man. And he had a motorbike. Immediately he started his motorbike. On the way, he met an accident and that left leg broke. You can feel it. That is what immediately, because that is very heavy. He had done such a nasty thing for his own mother while he is observing a precept on full moon. This kind. And the good karma also like that. This one, the first classification of the karma. Next one, the karmic effect that we experience only after our death, not within this life. Why only after our death? Just now I told you, 7 mental beats. We commit one of our karmas within the period of one of these beats. When we commit that at the last beat, 7th beat, the karma that we have committed or done, the effect or the result come to us in the next life. Because it has gone through all the fire and ended completely. And the effects come after us. If no effect in the next life, and that karma also again disappears. Because not enough power to carry over the next life thereafter. This karma is a very complicated case. Psychological analysis. Why cannot carry forward for another life? Because after 7 beats, no support from you. Ended. Otherwise, you come back again. Like this. Karmic thought, waves, just like waves, work like this. Go up and down, up and down. Then the continuity is there. This karma is called, first one is called Dhamma Vedaniya, within this lifetime. Second one in the next life called Aparapariya Vedaniya, in the next life. With no effect, no more. And the other one. Aparapariya Vedaniya. At any time, as long as we exist, we live in this world, any part of the world. The karmic effect follows us, like our shadow. Never will do. Either good karma or bad karma. Until we attain nirvana, all the karmas follow us. Moggallana, the chief disciple of the Buddha, Arahant, famous for miraculous power, but he was murdered by gangsters. So the Buddha explained why he had to face this. The Buddha had to face the bad effects of certain karma. He is also not free. So this is a final birth. But they are very mild effects. So, Angulimala, who has murdered more than 1,000 human beings, created very bad karma. But he had the chance to meet the Buddha, and by following him, he attained Arahant. And after his death, no more karma. Karma cannot follow. Because no rebirth. Enter to nirvana. But if he has committed one of those 5 mortal heinous karma, mortal karma from the Buddhist point of view, he cannot attain arahanthood within that life. Now then he has to pay. So rebirth takes place again. Although he has killed human beings, he has not committed any of those 5. From the Buddhist point of view, 5 mortal sins, karma. What are those 5? Killing own father, own mother, killing a holy man, Arahant. Then creating injury. No one can kill a Buddha. The Buddhas must pay naturally. No one can kill like Jesus. No one can kill. But Devadatta, one of his disciples, his own cousin brother, injured him, stone. Then he committed shaking blood from the pit. And the other one is only for the monks. You cannot do it. Dividing the whole Sangha community into 2 groups as rival parties, creating this dispute. It will become Sangha. Whole Sangha community into 2 rival parties, and they fight. Now in Thailand, Buddhists are divided into 2 parties, but all are not monks because of Ajahn. And they started attacking, killing each other. So Ajahn said, for the sake of peace, to avoid bloodshed and violence, I give up the road. So this is the status. But monks are behind, rival parties. It is nature of human mind, human beings. Whether he is a culprit or not, he has become victim because of these 2 parties. So, if any monk divide the whole Sangha into 2 rival parties, then he creates this particular. If anybody has committed one of these, that person cannot attain sainthood or arahanthood within that lifetime. Impossible. And cannot topple that particular karma by performing any amount of good karma. Impossible. Immediately after death, that person has to face the consequences or the bad effect of that particular karma. After paying for a long period, then get the chance to come. Now Devadatta, who committed this, after his death, he had to suffer. But that one day, when he come back, he can become a partaker because he had developed, cultivated the qualities. Since he has not purified his mind completely, he has committed this bad karma. So all the good karmas that he has developed, accumulated, still remain. So when we get rid of that unfortunate state, he can start a new life. And this is the Buddhist. But according to Christianity and Islam, these two religions, suffering in hell is eternal, everlasting. No one can escape from hell. Because of this concept, this belief, I think they are in trouble now. I understand the Catholic Church discussed this very seriously in Vatican to withdraw this concept that heaven, the hell is eternal. We want to withdraw that word eternal. So there are a lot of philosophers, learned people, and great thinkers condemn this concept. Let us say Julius Huxley, the British scholar. He says it is unfair, not justifiable, for God to punish a person just because he or she has done certain mistakes. Because God has given only one life. Within one lifetime, no one can become perfect. Why not God give another chance for that person? Instead of sending to hell, why not He gives another chance for that person to cultivate further and further? Therefore, He says, we don't believe this concept. So the Buddhist and Hindu concept is, according to the degrees of their good and bad karma, hell or heaven, they experience good and bad effect or the result for a certain period. 100 years or thousands of years or millions of years, there will be an end to it. But according to Christians and Muslims, no end. That is eternal. So people are not ready to accept that. So, on the other hand, the concept of hell, the Buddhist concept, did I explain the other day? Did I tell you where it is? Where is hell? Oh, you carry your hell wherever you go. Very dangerous. No, hell is nothing. So I want to give the quotations. You can find in my new books also the quotation, Treasure of the Dhamma, where the hell is. You have no idea? I think I told you the other day. Only religion in this world explains the nature of hell in this way. The Buddha says, only foolish people, he used this word, only foolish people believe that hell is located under this earth or under a great ocean or under great Mahameru. Hell is not located in any particular area in this world. Only religion. People always say, they talk about heaven, they talk about hell, But nobody knows where it is, what it is actually. For thousands of years, they maintain this belief, heaven and hell, heaven and earth. So one day, when a speaker was giving a talk about the creation, he said, when God starts to create heaven and earth, then one of the members suddenly interrupted, asked, can you tell me what was you doing before you started to create heaven and earth? The speaker said, I think at that time he was creating hell for those who ask this kind of questions. Because no answer to that question. So, the Buddhist concept of hell and heaven is entirely different. One day we can arrange a separate talk for that. It's very important. So anyway, the Buddha has said very clearly, hell is not located anywhere or not created by anybody. Hell means suffering in any form, whether humans or animals or spirits or devils or ghosts or in any form, when there are more suffering, then we also suffer. But we are not in hell. All of us suffering physically and mentally, but we are not in hell. Why? We have an interval to laugh, to joke, to enjoy in between. Then suffering. After suffering again, we enjoy life. Therefore, we are not in hell. Here, the hell means from birth up to the last breath. Life is nothing but suffering, 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 no interest. That is called physically and mentally. The whole life, from the beginning up to the end, nothing but suffering. It's the Buddhist definition for hell. Now, third one. I'm talking about the third karma that can affect or create the effect at any time as long as we exist in this wheel of existence, in this samsara. Because those karmas were committed in between these five. The 7 here. First one and the last one, these two, within this lifetime and in the next life. The other 5, if we have committed that in between this one of these 5, the effect can follow us. Because they have related connection, either this way and this way and this way and that way. Connection. The thoughts are interrelated to all the mental beings. That is why it can follow us, like ourselves. So, 3 groups. So now understood. First group, create the effect within this life. Second group, create the effect only after our death, not within this lifetime. Third group, create the effect as long as we exist in this samsara. Now another group. Janaka upathambaka upaghataka. Janaka means productive, generating. The karma which take the responsibility to condition, to produce, to create our next life. Either to become pleasant or unpleasant, fortunate or unfortunate. That particular karma is responsible. All the other karmas remain behind. It is called Janaka karma. Janaka karma is like this. In our subconscious mind, the modern psychological interpretation, subconscious. In the Buddha's teaching, there is no such word as subconscious. But psychologists agree with the Buddha's teaching in this way. The Buddhism says the passive state, but modern psychology says subconscious. Subconscious means dormant, submerged. Mind is submerged and not active. All our activities, good and bad, wholesome and unwholesome, our habits, our nature, our behavior, our character, our temperament, our attitudes, our nature, all these characteristics are deposited, stored in our subconscious. Modern psychology, they have no idea about that. But they also use one word, collective consciousness. Is that psychological entity. They know about consciousness. They introduce this as collective consciousness. Whatever we have collected during our lifetime, as our habit, as our nature, as our mentality, as our way of life, all these accumulate collective consciousness. This collective consciousness never disappears from the mind. But the Buddha has given further detailed analysis. It is called sankhara, the word used by the Buddha. That word is very meaningful word, sankhara. Avidya pattaya sankhara, sankhara pattaya vijnanam paticca samuppada. What is sankhara? What is the English word? Do you know the English word for sankhara? No, not used to it. There are so many English words. Mental concomitant, mental formation. But the easiest word is mental habit. They cannot. Our mental habits. Parents cannot give our mental habits. That is our own. Parents cannot change our mental habits. Each and every person has his or her own habits. That is what we carry forward life after life. Psychologists also agree with it. These mental habits divide into three: wholesome, unwholesome, neutral. Wholesome means good. Good nature, good habit, wholesome. Unwholesome, bad habit, bad nature. Neutral means certain habits that we have. that we developed life after life we carry. They are neither good or bad, they are habits. We choose certain things. I like that color. I like it, but I don't know why I like it. I like this person. I have no connection, I have no relationship, he has not done anything for me, but I say I like this person. Some sort of connection. Like gravity, magnetic power. So we have so many things in our life, our own. We choose and dress our own dress. We like any other form of dress, only this particular dress. But we don't know why we like it. That's called nature, habits, neutral. So, these karma, sankhara, we carry life after life by adding some more. Within this lifetime, we spend some more, then add some more. In the next life, again we spend some and again add some more. That is what we are doing. Now, within this lifetime, you add more good karma. Then in the next one, in the next life, your life becomes more fortunate. If not, if you have accumulated more bad karmas within this lifetime, then the next one becomes unfortunate. This is the uncertainty of life. No guarantee. Another person cannot handle our life. God or the Buddha or Buddha, these are beliefs. But our own mental energy, consciousness, karma are responsible for our life. Nobody else. Another person cannot handle our life. They can touch our body, but not the life. So, the karma that we carry, life after life, when there are strong good karmas, then the others remain in the waking, in the subconscious mind. In the next life also, there are some more heavy karma. We experience the result according to that good karma, all the others still remain in the waking state. Again we continue. Assume you have done so many bad karma, but they are not very heavy. Ordinary bad karma. But you are also going on developing more and more heavy good karma. Then you continue your life without allowing those bad karma to come forward and attack. Because more heavy good karma. Then you have attained Arahanthood or sainthood and attained Nirvana. And all the bad karma that follow you will go. This is the way how to forgive the sin. God cannot forgive the sin. You can forgive the sin by following it. The belief that people maintain or God can take away all our sins so that we can go to heaven. Dream. No meaning at all. But we can forgive our sin by acting. You have realized you have done so many bad things. Then, instead of asking forgiveness from God or Devas or Buddhas, what we have to do? You have to create strong determination in your mind not to repeat those bad things. First stage. Second stage, do more and more good karma from that day. Increase and increase and increase good karma. Then reduce your anger, jealousy, greed, and enmity, your idea reduce from the mind. then those bad karmas that you have committed earlier become weaker, and these things become strong. So after your death, you experience the good result, but the bad karmas are not strong enough to topple these good karmas. But follow. Wherever you go, they also follow. That's why I told you, continue. You are also clever. Continue until you attain Arahanta Buddha Nirvana. After that, abolish. Forgiven. Forgiven by whom? By us. The Buddha cannot forgive you sin. There's no such thing. If the Buddha has to pay for what he has done, how can he forgive other things? Buddhism is a practical religion, not a belief or theory or mythology or philosophy. It's a practical religion. And very reasonable. So we have learned three kinds of karma. Janaka karma means one of those karmas that come to the mind as last thought. That is very important. Or mix up in our subconscious. But we cannot create a good karma at the last moment when we are going to die. Because we become unconscious. We cannot purposely or deliberately create particular karmic thoughts in our mind. It works naturally. Otherwise, you can think in this way. Why worry? When we are going to die, we bring one good karmic thoughts into our mind before we die. So that after we can go to heaven, no, enjoy our life. It doesn't work in that. It is like this. When you go to bed, you think, tonight I like to have this dream. Do you get it? You cannot create dream purpose. So the karma that appears in the last thought was exactly like that, was natural. But there is a chance. Whatever karma that we cultivated or developed as our habitual karma, as our habit, that habit very easily gets the first preference in our mind. Yeah. Because it is mental habit. Example, you make a habit to pay respect to the Buddha in the morning or evening before you go to bed, or recite something, or something, whatever you have. Now it has become your habit. Automatically you go there. Not necessary to think purposely that I must go. Naturally it becomes your habit. It is a good karmic action. Although it's a minor thing, go on collecting, accumulating. Ida bindu dipatena ida kumbho pipurati. The big pot, you keep out there where water leaking drop by drop. But after some time, it becomes very big pot. Drop only one by one. In the same way, every day, you do little bit of good karma. Then go on collecting, accumulating. Throughout your life, become huge karma. That habit really helps. If not, when a person is going to die, when that person is conscious, if unconscious, we cannot do anything, because he is dealing with his own karma. We cannot inject a new karma into it. But if that person can see, can hear, then we can do something. We can show him or her something religious, something. The Buddha is show something. If not, we can do some chanting if that person knows how to appreciate it. Then that person catch this one, get hold of it into the mind, hold on into the mind. If that person dies when he was holding that particular thought, then the birth takes place. Last thought. Now that is called Janaka karma, productive karma, creative karma, creative karma. And I told you this story. Hunters, did I tell you? Didn't you say? Yes, you were not there, but others. It's a very interesting story. A hunter almost every day goes out for hunting. He has not done any good karma in his life. But one of his sons has become a monk. Now he is going to die, very old, and going to die. You know, when we are going to die, our mind must go through 3 stages. Otherwise we cannot die. Must go through, there are 3 stages. The body may turn into pieces or ashes. That is body, not the life. No one can destroy the life. Body turned into pieces, but the life still there. It is an energy. No one can destroy life, only body. Mental energy as well as life process. Work together. So, Hamma, Nimitta, Gati Nimitta, these are the 3 things. Appear in the mind. Otherwise you cannot die. That means the life process cannot depart from you, cannot separate. You go through this. First, one of our good or bad karma must appear in the mind. Otherwise, death never takes place. It appears automatically. After that second stage, the indication, sign, signal of that karma that appeared in our mind, whether it is good karma or bad karma. The mind experience. Mind experience the vision. Assume it is a bad karma. Then that mind experience the vision of darkness, jungle, fierce animals, very unpleasant object, vision appear in the mind. That means bad thought, bad karma already appearing. If it is a good karma, then brightness, flower gardens, waterfalls, pleasant object, pleasing the mind appear. Then we know it is a good karma. After that, Gati Nimi, the object or the vision to indicate our destiny, where we go. It is not after our death we go on quest. Before our life process depart from here, transmit from here, we catch the object. Where we will be in our mind. No interval in between. Gati Nimitta means where we go. Mind knows, nobody else. When I am going to die, my mind knows where I am going, but you do. Indicate. Whether to become humans, or animals, or devas, or any other forms of living beings. According to that karma. That is called karma formation. The formation, condition, then mind grasps it. After that, the consciousness transmit from that transmitted consciousness or the mind. There are so many ingredients in that consciousness. Not only mental energy. Karmic energy is one of them. Ignorance is there in that mental energy. Craving is there. Definitely craving. Attachment is there. Karma is there. See how many ingredients. Then, feeling, perception, mental habits that we maintain in our mind always, in our mental faculty. Our feeling or sensation, our recognition, identification, perception. Then, what we call habits, good and bad habits that we have. All these are ingredients in that concept. So you have to study these things systematically. Buddhism is not a joke. For you just to come and believe something. You have to study systematically. Then you can understand what a goal mind is this. Even Western scholars who have done experiment on Buddhism, they say this is a gold mine. The more we dig, the more we can find gold. They say. The Western psychologist says, when we compare our psychological knowledge with the Buddhist psychology, the Buddha explained 2,500 years ago, we feel we are still in infancy stage because they don't know anything about the mind. There is no another religion in this world where you can find the definitions of the mind. They talk about God, they talk about heaven, they talk about hell, talk about punishment, talk about the forgiveness. That is religion. But we can forget all these things, throw away all these items. We can talk about Buddhism very reasonably. So, mind. Another name for Buddhism called Vijnanavada. Vijnana means consciousness. The religion that which analyze and explain the mind is called Buddhism. Human mind. Emphasized, highlighted. Human mind. Not God or this or that. That is good. Now I explain. When we are going to die, how many ingredients are there in our consciousness? And that consciousness, when departed from here, it must be landed. Cannot remain without landing. When we throw a stone, it must drop. Cannot remain halfway. When you shoot, the bullet must stop. Cannot remain. Therefore, the belief that some people maintain after our death, soul and whatever it may be, remain in searching a suitable place to have rebirth is a belief. No interval. It must drop. Vinyanang matukuchisming okkamati, the Buddha says. That departed vinyana, consciousness, matukuchisming in the mother's womb, okkamati, with the humans or animals or any other forms of being. Must. Cannot remain. Infinite, that consciousness. Then the controversy that scientists and psychologists had for a long time, which appear first in the mother's womb. Medical science maintains the features which appear in the mother's womb develop, then the faculties, after that the mind comes there. Einstein has no religion. He said the mind must come first, not the matter. All the others, they matter appear first, then the mind is the byproduct of the mind. But Einstein said no. Mind must come first. He supported the idea. The Buddha said. First, the consciousness. Later, the cosmic energies, elements, everything start combined together, then go on developing, building a house. In the mother's womb, they build a house. So that particular karma is responsible. All the other karmas remain. That's called Janaka karma. Next one is Upadhambaka karma, support with that. That is also very important. When we are in trouble, sometimes we get a lot of support from here and there. We don't know how we get that is called support with us. When we are hungry, somehow the other we get some food. When we are sick, we get some benefit. We have no clothing, no shelter, anything, we get something without struggling for that. That means we have done some supportive karma during our previous birth to gain our need, our necessity, without working like slaves for it. Easily, we gain what we need. Or when we are in trouble, we get support. One particular karma. This you can find in Mangala Sutra. Patirupa desa vasocha hubbecha katakundya. Very clearly that. Whenever we get the chance to be born in certain country, certain area, certain locality, to maintain, to carry on our life without difficulties, problems and troubles and suffering. It is due to our supportive karma. We can see in many other countries. Millions of people, human beings, compare our life with them. We have a lot of supportive karma. Support. There is not a single human being in this country who died without food. In other countries, millions are dying without food, without piece of cloth. Supportive karma is very important. So, just like pocket expense. You travel, you must have pocket expense. So the supportive, the karma that we perform remain. When it is necessary, circumstances pave the way for these karmas to come and support us. All of us have. Of course, some have that. Some have one particular type. Then the other one is Upaghata, destructive. This is destroy our property, our pleasure, and our life. When destructive karma is ripened, then we have to face the consequences. Let us take earthquake or volcanic eruption, epidemic, drought, flood, fire, due to is destructive. Those who were born, those who are living around that area, because of this, if not, they are doing the business, prospering. Suddenly, some sort of either robbery, if not fire, or the flood, completely destroyed. That is what is. And you are having a very healthy, peaceful life. Suddenly, there's some sort of very funny sickness spread. Lose the health, the and everything. You continue your studies peacefully. Some disturbances. And that you have to study as well. But we do not know why these things take place. Due to our own karma. Then, another one, which is not mentioned very clearly, collective karma. Now, in Yokohama, how many thousands died? How many thousands lost their house and property and everything? It is due to collective karma. All those who suffered have contributed collectively for certain destruction. Something. They had to pay all to the collective. Assume 200 people travel by an airline and aircraft. All of them die altogether. That is due to their collective. One lady wanted to go to Singapore. She was coming by a taxi. On the way, the taxi had engine trouble. It could not start engine. That fellow was trying and struggling. This lady was scolding this man. It's too late. I missed my plane. Hurry up. She tried to get another taxi, not available. Finally, when she came to the airport, that plane left her. Then after 1 hour, radio news, that plane crashed in Obaru. And that baby escaped. After that, he went on searching that taxi driver. He gave him $100. This is karma. How she escaped? She didn't know. She had no chance to join with them, to die with them, because she had not contributed for that destructive work. We do a lot of work, jointly, contribute. The whole country, whole nation may contribute something for the destructive purpose of another country. And the supportive karma also like. So, Janaka karma, Patthambaka, and Upapidaka, destructive karma. How karma can promote and obstruct our way of life. Another group, Ya Garuka, Ya Bahula, Yadaha. Read. Garuka means heavy. Heavy karma. What are those heavy karma? Lasting one. Lasting means every day you gain happiness. Having seen or having heard about the karma that we have done. Then you increase the degrees of your life. It's for lasting. Example, you contribute to build a Buddha image. Every time when you come to temple, when you see the Buddha image, you gain happiness. I also contributed. Then you can see thousands and thousands of people come and worship and meditate and do religious work. You gain happiness. I also contributed. You have donated few dollars for that building, teaching, lecture hall. When you come, I also donated. Almost every day, how many hundreds, how many thousands of people come and make use of this place for studying, for learning, for religious activities, for meditation. Happiness and happiness and happiness that we gain increase and increase and increase. We become very heavy. This morning we conducted religious service, more than 200 police. The police meeting. So, whole mountain, no end. As long as you live, you increase the degrees of Dhamma. Then you donate something for printing some Buddhist book. We distribute all over the world. Thousands and thousands of people, after reading this, gain knowledge and understanding. They come to know what Buddha means. They write to us asking some more. The happiness that we gain. That is the happiness that I am. Every day, how many letters from all over the world I receive, asking more, appreciating. Yesterday I got a letter from Australia. After reading that Buddhism as a religion, they ordered another 4,000 copies into Australia. They said it's the most appropriate book today for that country. And the letter that they received after reading this book, they have sent few copies for us. So when you read this thing, the happiness that we gain, very heavy happiness. By spending millions and billions of dollars, we cannot gain such heavy happiness. The happiness that we gain. Because we support people to open their mind to understand what is right, what is wrong. That's the most important. So, any kind of karmic action, whether by contributing something or by doing something, if you can gain happiness every time when you think of that, then you increase. Again, let's see, I think I explained. The karma divides into two, all our karma. Punya and kusala. Are the word punya. Kusala also punya. Same. Only one English word. You cannot find another English word. Merit. Only one word. The karma that we accumulate by doing some meritorious deeds, such as being done, offering something, thinking that you can gain more in the next life. To be born in very rich families to enjoy your life. To go to heaven and enjoy your life. To lead a very healthy and wealthy and long life. But all these things are material gain. So when you create that wish, or the will, or aspiration, it becomes punya. Punya means merit, that you can experience the good result in the next life. You gain it. But after experiencing, there's nothing to do. You are special. So in that life, again you have to acknowledge some more. You understand? Otherwise you go bankrupt. Yes. Now this is the answer. So the Buddha's advice is this. Don't limit the real value of karma by developing more craving towards worldly material goods. You have to divert your mind. Same action, giving Dhamma. Instead of thinking to be born in rich family or to go to heaven, you think in this way. I offer these things to these religious people to reduce my craving, my selfishness, my anger, my jealousy, my greed. Then you train the mind, you develop the mind, you cultivate your mind. But you don't expect any worldly thing. Then what will happen? The mental attitude that you developed, cultured here, support you to be born in better position, condition, for you to continue the same thing. By experiencing worldly pleasures, you cannot continue the same thing. Nothing. But this habit, with kindness, compassion, and unity, and harmony, sympathy, understanding, all the good qualities that you develop in your mind, still working in the next life. Mental link. Then, next life, again you develop further and further and further. Then you become very closer to the Nirvana. But those who pray for worldly material gains are very far away. They are going to heaven by bullock cart. You go to Nirvana by aeroplane by cultivating these things. Then, just I explained heavy, weight, how we develop. It is not the action. It is not the amount. Assume you have donated only $1. Another person donated 1,000. Another person donated 100,000. The merit you gain, not according to the amount that you donate, according to your mental activity. How much devotion, how much confidence, how much understanding you had in your mind. Although you gave $1, you experience more good results than those who have donated 100,000 or 1 million if they have not developed that. They have given for some other purpose, just to see their name written in the building. It's not just to please somebody, do something, or to become very popular. He is a very generous man. He donates everybody. He like to listen, listen. Some sort of ulterior motive, maybe. But some others give without any ulterior motive. Just developing faith and devotion, confidence, understanding. Amount is not the thing that increase or decrease our. The Buddha has mentioned this in another way. He says, the purity, the holiness. Certain disciples stay with me, follow me by holding my hand, by holding my robe. If their minds are not pure, they are not close. There may be many other monks, they far away, who have never seen me. If their minds are pure, they are close. You know, there's a very nice story. One day, the Buddha wanted to go somewhere, a long distance. And ruler of another country in India, there are so many kingdoms, small kingdoms in that country, having heard that there is a great religious teacher like Buddha from another king, he is also coming. So those days they had to walk to visit the Buddha. The Buddha also going somewhere to visit somebody. Now it's getting dark. So they wanted to rest somewhere. So this king visited a potter's house who made pot. After that he can spend all night there. Very dirty place. He thinks, okay, if you like, you can stay, no harm at all. Now he is resting. Then the Buddha also came. Asked one said, can I stay tonight? And he said, I do not know, there is another man, very dirty place. It is up to you. Go and see whether you can spend there. He went there. Very filthy, very smelly. And he also was occupied. Both were talking to each other. They do not know who they are. Then suddenly that man, the king, come down from his planning course. They know what it is, and started to worship like this. The Buddha was watching. Then he asked, to whom are you worshiping? He told, I heard there's a great enlightened religious teacher of the Buddha. The king's Bindisara told me about it. So I am going in searching to meet him. So I stopped here tonight. So tomorrow I will continue to go and see him. So, but every day I kneel down and pay my respect to the Buddha. The Buddha did not say I am the Buddha. See the devotion. Although he has not seen the Buddha, he developed that devotion. Later, in the morning, the Buddha very much serving. Yes, say. So, everything depends on our faith and confidence and devotion and understanding. Not the action. Actions we create later. So the merits also increase and reduce according to that method. Not amount of on the quantity that we have. Then Yab Bahula, next one. What we have done in our day-to-day life. Just now I told you. Every day, as your habit, you do something for the benefit of others, welfare of others, happiness of others, to release others' sufferings and worries and fear or anything. This is your habit. You know, those days, people keep a notebook. Whenever they do some meritorious deed, they write in their life. Today I gave $1 to a beggar, they write. Today I supported a blind man to cross the road, they write. So every day they are waiting to do something, some sort of support. Then, so when they are free, they have no any other work, they can do it. The happiness increases. But don't write all the bad things you committed. It's a very nice story. A king who used to have a big fight with his brother. In fact, he had to run away to the jungle to fight. He was very hungry. Only horse and attendant and the king. Only 3 people were there. The king asked, "Have you anything to eat? I'm very hungry." Then the attendant told me, "This morning I prepared fried rice. 1 bun. I got." Then he said, "Divide into 4. Why 4? Only 3. Me, horse, and myself. No, divide into 4. So he divided. Then one portion he was the horse, the other portion the attendant, and the king. He did that. He said, "I never eat without giving something for another person to eat." This strategy religious. I allocate certain portion from my food to offer to holiness. Otherwise I do. That is his habit. Then the attendant asked, "How can you find holy men here in the jungle? Only monkeys and elephants and all those." No? Then he started to will. Emotion is so strong, very energetic. If there is peace, because I never eat anything without suffering. Suddenly an arahant. He offered his food to Allah. And he has accorded all his good. He has built huge temples, pagodas, monasteries, and when you visit the area, you can see even today the ruins remain. So when he was brought to that, he asked people to do all the big things, all the meritorious deeds that he has done. When they read that particular incident, the jungle, that he had divided 1 packet of fried rice into 4 and small portion given to a holy man. Then the king said, no. To him, that meritorious deed is higher than all the others. Because all the other big things he has done as a ruler, as a king. Just give the order, people go and build. Also, no problem. But this one he has done when he was in trouble. There was nothing. Therefore, it is higher. And that karmic thought he kept in the mind, tried to hold on. He valued the highest. So this clearly shows the validity of karma depends on our mental. So when you do something like habit, you have more time to overcome the bad karma and come forward to experience the good result immediately after this. Now, this is the nature of habit. Bahula means always. Always, every day. In our day-to-day life, we do something. Then, last one. Yadaha. Whether big or small. Karma. Which appeared in the mind before our death. Take the responsibility of our life to condition to produce our next. But all the other karmas will be. But nobody knows whether it is a big karma or small one. I told you purposely we cannot create. An example. Assume this is a house shaped. Say 50 house. Evening, the owner of this house is closed the gate. And all these houses live. There are huge ones, small ones, old ones, all mixed. Next day morning, when he come and open the door, gate, one who was nearer to the gate, may be a very small one or a big one, makes no difference. One who was nearer to the gate get the chance to go out first. And the huge ones are here, they cannot run unless others go out. Our karma in our subconscious mind, big one, heavy one, all sorts of things. But what has come nearer to the mind before our death, that takes the responsibility. You know, Queen Malika, King Kosala's wife, Queen Malika was very devout, religious. Almost every day, a lot of them. One he has done the mind mistake. This has been bothering in the mind. That mind is the dying moment. That mind and bad are appearing. What that influences the mind. Rebirth taken place, unfortunately, he has done so much mental. The king, where he went for, came to see the lake. Where he is. The Buddha read his mind. He came to ask this question. Think goes away, not very interesting. Not interesting. He came to ask where his tree is now, after the faith. Buddha says, oh, she was broke. Unfortunate state. That stupid king may destroy whole Buddhism, wipe out the whole Buddhism from that country. My queen devoted her whole lifetime for Buddhism. Now you say she is in suffering state. What is the big idea of practicing this kind of go to hell with the religion? He can destroy the whole religion from the country. What he did? Buddha created a will, mind, for him to forget to ask this question. He can do that. There is no problem with him. 7 days, almost every day he came to ask this question. But when he entered into the monastery, he forgot to ask it. Talk and talk and talk and talk, go back. When he go back, oh yeah, I forgot to ask this. Buddha also had a trick, according to the mentality of those people. You can understand that. Then the 8th day, he came. That day, the Buddha did not create that will. He said, 7 days I came to ask this question from you. I have forgotten. Actually, I want to know where he is now. He is in heaven. Only 7 days. That unfortunate state. He spent only 7 days. After that, release from there, and rebirth has taken place in heavenly realm due to the good karma. So on that day, the Buddha says, she is in heaven. Otherwise, there is a very big problem. This is the nature of karma. So, we must be very careful. Because if we do not train our mind by maintaining some sort of habit as a good karma, there is no guarantee. What sort of karma will activate? Maybe a very minor one. Oh yes, I didn't tell you that hunter's story. Did not complete. I mentioned halfway, I go somewhere else. Isn't it? Yes. So, I explained 3 mental stages and after that forget. So this hunter now experiencing the 2nd stage. What is that? The nature of the karma that appears in the mind. Vision. Fire. Fire is not a very good sign. So he had done a lot of bad karma. When he saw this fire, at once he remembered, oh, you see the color of my son grow. What they call inspiration, happiness, confidence. He developed in his mind because of that. My son, the holy man. You see the color of his robe. Instead of marching toward hell, because of that mental attitude. See how to make it. The last thought was very important. Otherwise, utterly spiritual. So, it is actually useful to record certain good deeds, certain good actions that perform for the benefit of others. Because you gain happiness. That happiness increases the merit. Then you gain confidence. In in that my life never becomes very unfulfilled because I have done so much. Then go on developing and developing, then the mind get used. In dreams also, they appear because the mind is used to it and deposit in the subconscious. Dreams appear through the influence of subconscious. The last 11. In the 11th hour, Ahosi karma. Ahosi means cancel. The karma that cancels the effect of other karma. We create a lot of good and bad karma even in our lifetime. Every minute, we create either good karma or bad karma or neutral karma. Three kinds of karma. Neutral karma, we experience worldly pleasure for our survival, for our living, for our pleasure, we do something. All these are neutral karma. No connection with religion. Now you work very hard. You draw salary and you go to market, you buy vegetables, come and cook and eat. All these are karma. They are neutral karma. You never create either good karma or bad karma. But we do more neutral karma. But become wholesome and unwholesome according to our way of thinking. We create one of evil thoughts to do something, then become bad karma. If we create one of those good thoughts to do this, then it will become good karma. So every minute, by thinking, without doing anything, we create karma, good and bad. By talking, we create good and bad. We attain Arahants never create any karma because they have completed it. Then, mind, without doing anything, create karma. Now you are going on worrying and worrying and worrying and crying and crying and crying day and night. So you know you create bad karma. Because there are so many things in the background for you to cry. You take one by one, there are so many. You create bad karma. Worrying and worrying and worrying. Then you have enemy. You hate those enemies. You create bad karma. Then certain bad things, evil, wicked, immoral things, you believe there's nothing wrong. I can do anything whatever I don't care. Mind alone can create. If you develop your ill will is not anger. Further development of anger. Ill will means waiting, praying to see the downfall of your enemy. If you come to know your enemy died due to motor car accident, you say, wonderful, I'm very happy. This kind of thing. You see, that is evil. That mind creates bad karma. Then the good karma. Then you are free. without allowing bad thoughts to appear and pollute the purity of your mind. Yes, radiates compassion, kindness, your sympathy, your metta, radiates. Create a lot of good karma. Because at that time you guard your mind, you protect your mind without allowing evil thoughts to pollute the purity of the mind. Purity remains in the mind. That purity creates good karma. Your sympathy, your kindness and compassion, all these create lot of good karma. Without doing anything. Now, the Buddha gave a fire sun to his disciples. Having heard some of his disciples have committed certain bad things, he gave a fire sun. After listening to this sermon, many of those disciples go away their own and go on. Some others could not tolerate and vomited blood. And next day morning, there were a few hundred monks, very few, in the temple. What happened to the other one? Some of those disciples told, after listening to a fire sermon, I think majority of them go home and others vomited blood and very few remained. He said, Achara Sanghat Mattam Vite Vikare Vitu Nittam Sittam Bhag